All right, Most High in Christ, Most High in Christ. All right, Most High in Christ. Let's get started real quick. Anybody else need to check in before we get started? All right then. Shalom in Christ. I'm Officer Kaz with the I.S.U.P.K. Start off 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahanna. We're not affiliated with any other Christian organizations, no groups, affiliation with any other people out there, man. We're just a standalone group. We're here to teach the Most High God's Word. You understand? We're here to teach the Most High God's Word, to let you know who you are. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, all the children of Israel. We are the Jews, you know, and we're unapologetically the Jews as well. You understand what I'm saying? So we don't make this claim and then go ahead and apologize for it. So before we get started, do anybody got any questions or any statements before we get started on anything? Anybody? Yeah, go ahead.
You know, like I said, there's a lot going on in the country, but right here in Atlanta, there's a lot of uptick in crime, and I'm pretty sure you may touch on some of these things. But you know, it just said today that homicides were up 41%, and I'm looking at how all of these upticks happened. Basically, the crime is up all over the country and murder. But I'm looking at all these upticks in it after they decided to open the country back up. And is it safe to say that the Most High is like, okay, you think that the coronavirus is done with, you open the country back up, and now murders go up. So is it safe to say that the Most High is like, okay, I'm still going to show you by allowing these whoever is going back out here doing, you know, murdering and committing more crimes because you open the country up.
Of course, I mean. That's the place. That's the last. We live in the last times, man. We in the like the ninth or 10th hour, and it's coming. You know, those plagues and pestilence are going to start to come in. I think before I had a couple classes back, I had a class called something to the effect of the Most High is exposing a lot of things, and that's what you're seeing. So even though you think that, even though your oppressor thinks that he has beaten this COVID deal, which, you know what, make no mistake about it, he has not beaten the COVID deal. He just wants to get this economy back going. He just wants to open up and keep it moving. And he don't care about us. He don't care about blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. They just care about that money, that almighty dollar. So everyone is opening up, and the Lord is going to show his power like he always have. And he's going to expose. What you're seeing right now is that the Lord is exposing people for who they are, groups for who they are, and your politicians for who they are. They're exposing this world, this United States, well, I can't even say United States, this here divided states of America. They're going to expose you and what they're going to expose you to is to show you that everything that Commander General Yahanna was telling us, was teaching us since 1969, has been absolutely true. Absolutely true. The words of this Bible is absolutely true. I can't be more happier and proud of the Most High God, man, that he gave us instructions how we live by. And I'm glad you brought that up, Officer Kasiya, because that's just going to lead us. This is the Wednesday night law class. The way that we can get around from all these things that happen is that you follow the law, statutes, commandments. The law, statutes, commandments are a very vital part of this whole truth. You understand? We can't have anything without this law, statutes, commandments. Just as the United States has the Constitution, so do we. You cannot look at this Bible. You can't look at this Bible as a religious thing. You can't look at it as religious. It's just a book of rules and regulations that you should go by to keep you on the Lord's good side and to keep you in track. And that's why we have that's why we have these law classes. So let's go big up. I'm going to start bigging up the brothers in the truth that was teaching these classes on Monday nights. Officer Zakwan, Tuesday night, Officer Bakar. They get a hell of a class. Let's clap it up for them. Those big ups to them brothers, man, that came through with it. And if you haven't watched the Commander General Yahanna's Monday night class, you're missing something, man. That Black Watch is that's like the lifeline of Black and Hispanic news and Native Indian news, man. So if you don't watch that at 9 o'clock on Mondays, you're missing out on the treat, man. You're definitely missing out on the treat. Did somebody say something, Salaki, or somebody was checking in?
All right, Salaki, sir, I watch it every week.
Man, so if you watched it, you're definitely gonna be in tune with what I'm talking about, because some of these things we're gonna bring out. And I'm gonna make some. I know all week we've been harping on the same type of subjects, but you got to keep in mind we have to edify our people out there, man. You have some people who are watching on YouTube right now. You got some people watching on Facebook. So we have to edify our people. So you might hear some things over and over again, but it's good for your soul. And sometimes different priests go and bring in different scenarios, so that way you can understand a lot better. But yeah, we're gonna touch on it because they had a heavy show on Monday night, man. My God, if you missed that, I suggest you go back to the Black Watch for Monday and check it out. You understand? Because the title of this thing is called "Fallacies of our people." Now, when I say our people, I mean the Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. Can anybody say what a fallacy is? Give me a definition of a fallacy. Fallacies. Anybody know?
Roger, sir.
Go ahead.
Fallacy, sir, is a belief system.
Keep going. Give me some more. Is it a correct belief or? Let's look it up. Let's go ahead and let's go out. Let's do the I.S.U.P.K deal and let's go ahead and look up that word fallacies. Let's go look it up.
Okay, sir.
All right, you got it?
I know it.
Okay.
All right, since you got it?
Okay, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Fallacy, a mistaken belief, especially one based on unsound argument.
Unsound argument, man. That's what a fallacy is. I believe this may unfound argument. These are fallacies that are damn near not truths, man. And that's what you got going on today. You have these Christian pastors who are going on these things who is leading our people with fallacies, man. And some of those fallacies we're going to expose tonight, man. But I'm going to do something a little different right now. I'm going back to our laws and statute commandments. It's kind of like the basic 101. Because what you're going to actually realize is that once you follow these laws, statute commandments, it'll bring you back around to what God is actually telling you. If you kept the law, statutes, commandments, some of the things that are happening to this world will not happen. Some of the things that you get involved into, you will not get involved to. And let's dispel some of these fallacies that your Christian pastors, your politicians, and your crestful dollars and all these other so-called deacons and deaconesses, because you have women out there think they're prophets. Let's dispel some of them things tonight, man. Let's get it out the way. We're gonna bring you back to these law, statutes, commandments. We're gonna go back to 101 to let you know what these are. You understand? So like I said, we're gonna I already gave you over Monday night classes from 7 to 9. Tuesday night classes, the brotherhood classes are from 7 to 9. Wednesday, of course, today's is the Wednesday night law class. You got the Thursday night class. It's gonna be the history. I think it's history on Thursday. No, scripture breakdown. I'm sorry, Shalakia. Scripture breakdowns on Thursday. Then Friday, you got the Lashawan Kodash. Come in and learn this daggone language. Hebrew is our language. That is our language that we know from way back. And it's not the Yiddish. It ain't it's nothing else. We wasn't speaking Spanish. We wasn't speaking anything else but the Lashawan Kodesh, the holy tongue, the holy language. So come in on Friday. We got a heavy priest coming in with that one. The Hadar Hamath, he comes in. Let's big up that brother. He comes in. He gets these students in classes, man. And he gives them homework so that way they can come in on Saturday from 12 to 1 and they get up here and they speak that holy language, man. So big up. This is your school. Our address is 3353 Glenwood Road. Akasia, what's the phone number here? If you could. 404 793 7180. If you got any issues, problems, whatever the case may be, if you want to call and ask a priest something, pick up that phone, dial that number, hit us up. We got the questions and answer for you. Matter of fact, if you have issues, anything in issues, the I.S.U.P.K have the solution. Commander Yahanna is the only Black, Hispanic, Native American. That's our leader for all of us, man. He's the only one that's authorized to give us, to send us out in these corners and teach what we teach, man. You ain't gonna get no better than that. Moses was in his time, Yahushua was in his time, and then now the Lord will always send his prophets to give you information, to give you answers. The Lord is not gonna sit there and just let you be profitless, have somebody not leading you anywhere. So when people say don't follow a man, Yahushua was a man, Moses was a man, Jeremiah was a man. These was all our leaders back in the day. King David was a man. So you sound foolish when you say don't follow no man. Now we understand what you're saying, but you have to really watch your words when you say things like that, because people hear you. I hope you give me 1 second. You gotta really watch your mouth when you say things like that, saying don't follow a man, because people are listening to you. So when you say don't follow a man, don't follow a no good for nothing man, but you follow a prophet, a man of God, who's going to tell you what you need to be doing. And Commander Yahanna, from them generals on down, has told us what to do and ordained us to go out there by the order of the Most High God. We don't look at Commander General Yahanna as a God, but he is today's leader. He is the one that's authorized to come out here and show Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans what we need to do and to come back to these laws, statutes, commandments. Hey, go ahead, say something. Who's saying something? Who's that? Officer Yahweh Yadai?
Triple Gashan.
Oh, Triple Gashan. Go ahead, brother. No fret. Go ahead.
Flock, if I may, there's such a heavy point that you're bringing out right now is just like the same Christians that sit there and tell you, you're not supposed to follow no man, or I ain't gonna follow no man, or nothing like that. They follow Nimrod, Nimrod was a man.
Absolutely.
They following, they following so many other men that came up with false doctrine, false idols, and it just seemed like the righteous one is the one they complain about, but the one that's not righteous, the wicked in the earth, they never complain about following those men.
And that sounds just like our people. No, that's right, man. You're absolutely right, man. I keep it up for you. Big ups to that. Because he's absolutely right. I mean, they'll follow the Christmases. They'll follow the man-made laws that they have out here. They'll follow all kind of craziness, man. They follow, man, there's so many stuff out there. They follow Buddha. They follow, people who tell you that, you can, come buy this holy water for $5 on TV. They'll follow after all these things, man. But somebody's trying to give you and the thing is, we're not charging you a damn dime. Right. We're not charging no money. Matter of fact, we're feeding our people. You got people who come up who needs counseling. We give them free counseling. We ain't charging nobody for this. This is all free, or offerings. You can send your offerings and donations. But this is something that we do because we was ordained to do this. Go into the highways and byways and teach my people, man, and bring them back into the fold. That's what we ordained to do. That's what we do, and that's what we're gonna continue to do. You understand? So right now we're gonna get into these laws, statutes, commandments. We're gonna go back to the one-on-one and the basics, and we're gonna rock out. So if you guys got any questions online, if you got any questions on Facebook, type them in. We have some moderators out there. Our sisters be moderating a lot, and they let me know when somebody has a question. My brothers be out there moderating. So just if you got your questions, definitely give it a call in. Call us in, ask your questions. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, Costa, if you could, let's start off with of course, Leviticus 26 and 46. Start off with that.
Okay, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and 46. These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses.
Now, these are the laws, the statutes, and commandments that the Lord given to us in Mount Sinai, man. Now, I bring these scriptures out to let you know who these laws and statutes are for. Because sometimes, we get it twisted and think that, we're supposed to be just like everybody else. But no, we're supposed to be holy and separate unto the Lord. We're separate people, man. Holy means separate. If you want to look that up, look that up. It means to separate yourself, man. We have to separate. The Most High God, he made a distinction between you and anybody else. So he gave these laws unto Israel, man. It's not my words, it's the scripture's word. You understand? Give me Romans 9 and 14. Romans 9, verse 14, real quick. I like to bring these scriptures out, man. Let you know who these laws and statutes are for. Go ahead, and you got it.
Okay, the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 14. For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come.
Salakia, my bad. Salakia. Give me Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Salakia.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147, verses 19 and 20. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Right.
Verse 20. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
Man, that's a very heavy scripture, man. He have not dealt so with any other nation. I mean, the Lord doesn't know any other nation. Does that mean that he don't create these nations? Of course he creates the nations. The Lord makes everybody. He makes everything. Everything, everyone he makes. He creates. That's his creation. But that don't mean he know. You have to understand the Lord and how he speaks. If you understand each brother how we speak, we get our speaking from the Most High God. We speak just like him. So when we say some things like, you know what, brother, you don't know me like that. Yeah, I know you, but I don't know you like that. I don't know you like I know this brother here, like I know my blood brother or blood sister or my brothers in the truth. I don't know you like that. So when when the Lord is saying that he don't know the other nations, he don't know them, he's saying that he created them. But you, Israel, is who I actually know, that I give my law, statutes, commandments to. You are the people that I want to fashion the world after. I want that world to be fashioned after you. You understand? So we're supposed to be leaders of this world. We're supposed to be the light to show people what things are supposed to be and to show you how the laws and statutes and commandments, how it's supposed to be followed. Because there's a scripture that says when the righteous is in the rulership, people rejoice. But when the wicked is in ruler, they mourn. And that's what's happening right now, man. We're warning. We're at mourning right now because this world is wicked as hell. The things that I'm hearing, the things that's going on in this world, man, I don't know. It makes me wonder how in the hell the Lord is still allowing it to go on. But I know what he's doing. The Lord said, I'm going to bring them up very high so we can slam them right back down to the ground. He's letting America get there so powerful that when he ends it, the world will know no one did this but me. Me, the Lord, has done this. So that's what it's in. So with that, we're going to keep on rocking and rolling, man. Rocking and rolling. Any questions thus far? Any questions? Everybody's okay about who the commandments and laws and statutes are for? Israel. All right? Give me Deuteronomy 6:1. Deuteronomy 6:1. Baba Kashaw. Now let me get there with you. All right? Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 1. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it.
That's right. These are the laws back in the day when the Lord sent us out of the land of Egypt. He gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. The laws, statutes, and commandments was even in Genesis when he gave it to Adam. That's how Adam became a living soul. When the Lord breathed life into Adam's mouth, he gave him the laws, statutes, and commandments so he could become a living soul. So you're going to start understanding what to eat, what to wear, what to watch, what to say. These are things that make you become a living person. Like I said, we're going to go back to the one-on-one and let people know what these laws, statutes, and commandments will pertain and who it pertained to. So there's nothing that you can do without those laws, statutes, and commandments in this world. They're a very vital part. Just like the blood is a vital part to your body, so is the breath, so is these laws, statutes, and commandments. You can't do anything without that. You can't even love the Lord without these laws, statutes, and commandments. So you hear a lot of Christians say, I love Jesus, I love the Lord. But yet, they don't keep one Sabbath. They're praying on Sundays. You got them in here running around in dresses. The men talking about they're being comedians and whatnot. You got women walking around in pants, acting like a man, wearing out underwear and all kind of stuff. But you ask them, do they love the Lord? Oh yeah, I love the Lord. I love it. How could you love the Lord and you don't know these commandments? Do anybody got a precept to love or to commandments? Anybody got a precept for that? Go ahead.
Oh, my goodness, Slovakia.
Caught him slipping.
Very just slipped my mind.
Caught him slipping. Let's go John 14 and 15. You got John 14 and 15? Yeah, go ahead.
Is it 1 John 5 and 3, sir?
Oh, that's a good one too. Let's bring that out. Just bring that one out. 1 John 5 and 3. Yeah, 1 John 5 and 3. It's damn near impossible to say you love someone, to love the Lord anyway, without it. Go ahead.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
What does that mean? Somebody else besides Officer Cassiad, somebody besides him, said, keep my commandments and not grievous. What does that mean? Go ahead.
It's saying that, to keep the commandments is not really hard.
It's not really hard at all, man. How hard is it to know? Does anybody know how many laws and how many statutes we got, commandments that we have? Off the top of your head. Go ahead. I think that's Zariala. Hey, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Katha. What's going on, Worry? Go ahead.
So if I may, I believe it is over 620, and if I may, that's way less than what the devil has.
Damn right. It's over 600. It's over 600 and something laws, man.
Like it's 613, I think.
613. I had on like 613. So I just go ahead and round it, just give over 600 laws, man. But sister's right. It's about 613 laws, man. And people say they can't keep those laws. Now, that sounds like a lot of laws, but if the Lord said it's not grievous, what does that mean? You have to decipher what these laws are. Some of these laws pertains to me as a priest. They don't pertain to a sister. Some laws pertain to a sister, don't pertain to men. Some of these laws pertain to a child. It doesn't pertain to grown-ups. You understand? So when you start breaking these laws down and find out what they are, all those 600 don't pertain to you. You will never see some of those laws. So when you say you can't keep them all, first of all, you got to find out what they are before you find out you can't keep them. But the Christian church will tell you off rip, I can't keep them laws. All right, there's too many of them. You said Salakia?
Hello, God. Young man Erskine, check it in, sir.
Hey, young man Erskine, what's going on, brother?
Nothing much. Just enjoy the class, sir.
All right, no sweat. The water, man. Put your phone on mute. You want to chime in, brother? Go ahead and chime in.
Hello, God.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. How goofy do you sound, if you go get a job, and they say, okay, young man Erskine, you got the job. And you're going to sit there and say, oh, I love the job, but I can't keep all these laws. You don't hear nobody saying that. You don't hear anybody saying, okay, I'm going to get my driver's license, my CDL license. And as soon as they give you the license, they say, you know what, I can't keep all those laws. Why? Because you know some of those laws don't pertain to you. Right. If you got your driver's license, if you are a commercial driver or even just on the highway, you know the commercial laws don't apply to a regular normal driver. And some of the driving laws don't apply to some of the stuff that's not in the rural area or inside the city limits. So you got to figure out what these laws are pertaining to, man. But the Christian church will tell you there's too many laws and you can't keep them, or you shouldn't keep them at all. But yet, they'll keep certain laws. They'll keep the law of, I'm sure everybody knows, they'll keep that daggone, the money law. Tithe, they'll keep that law. They'll keep that law. But here's how the quirkiness of the understanding that they don't get. They understand that, ask a pastor or ask anyone who tells you the laws are done away with, ask them, can you kill someone? Can you murder still? They'll tell you no. You asking why? Is that against the land laws? Nah, it's against the land law and God's law. Well, I thought the laws were done away with. You'll find out the Christian pastors and just Christians, period, all over, they only want to keep the laws that pertains to them because they think this is too hard to do. And to tell you the truth, not many people even know what the laws are. They go by what you hear instead of going back, coming into this truth and reading these words. You understand? Give me go ahead.
What you bring out is heavy, Adawan, because of the lack of understanding that Christians have, or black Christians have, when it comes to the Bible, they think when they hear the 10 Commandments that that's it.
Yeah. They
think that when they hear just those 10, there's nothing else. When they don't understand that once you get to the scripture, when it tells you, paraphrasing that you're supposed to love your brother, and going into, and there's one that is even greater than this, and that they're all combined in that one. They don't understand that once you follow that right there, that means you're actually applying all the law, because you can't love your brother if you aren't applying all the law.
Well, let's check that out. You're absolutely right. Let's go to Exodus 20 and 20. I believe that's what the law is, Exodus 20 and 20. Let's go to Exodus 20, verse 20, real quick. Let's get some of these commandments, man. Let's get some. Let's break a few of them down before we get back into the heavy topic. I want to definitely I'll give you a good 101 foundation on these laws, man, because they're very important. All right. Man, what? Let's go ahead and get it. Exodus 20 and 20.
I'm kind of the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 20. And Moses said unto the people, fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not.
Oh, you sin not. First of all, you got to find out what the sin is. What is sin? Somebody else tell me what a sin is. Give me somebody else. Anybody?
So like to go against God, to break laws.
Go ahead. Say it again, sis.
Against God. I said to break laws, to do anything against God.
Okay.
Anything that's opposite or opposing to the Most High.
All right. Anybody else?
Love you, sir.
Go ahead.
Is it 1 John chapter 3, verse 4, sir?
Spit it out. Bring it out. Go ahead and say it to me.
Oh, God, the book of 1 John chapter 4. It's like it. The book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law.
So if you...
For sin is the transgression of the law.
There we go. The sister was right as well. I just wanted a precept on it. One of the brothers had to give me a precept. But sister, you was right. But anybody who goes against whoever sins, the transgression of the law is if the sins against the Most High God. So you have to know what a sin is to know if you're breaking one of his laws. You have to know what these laws, statutes, commandments are. To know if you're even breaking them. So we have to cover that. You know what I'm saying? But give me on Deuteronomy 4. Go back to Deuteronomy 4 and verse 40. If you could, Baba Keshaw. Deuteronomy 4 and 40.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 40. Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day,
Mm-hmm.
that it may go well with thee, and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth.
Man.
Which the Lord thy God giveth thee forever.
Read that one more time. Read it from the top again, brother. Listen very closely what this saying. Go ahead. Read it. Go ahead.
In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 40.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes.
Keep those statutes. Therefore, you have to keep the statutes, not just know them, just not know where they at in the scriptures, just not know. You have to know them and do them. Keep going.
And his commandments,
mm-hmm.
which I command thee this day.
That wasn't a suggestion.
That it may go.
That wasn't a suggestion. He didn't say do these laws, statutes, commandments if you want to, if you feel like it. On the days that you feel okay, but the other days don't do it. Don't worry about it. It wasn't a suggestion. It was a commandment. So the commandments are a commandment. You have to do that. These are the order from the Most High God telling you this is what you need to do. There's no suggestion in it. Keep reading.
And with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth.
If you want to have long days on the earth and a long life, keep the commandments. Your children, teach them these commandments, man. Teach your children the commandments so they can live long. You want to cut your children's life short? Don't teach them these commandments. Let them break it. Now they're at the mercy of the Most High God. Now we all at the mercy of the Lord, but your chances are so much greater when you're following the law, statutes, commandments, and you're doing what thus said the Lord to do. But when you want to do things to your own understanding and do things your way because you feel like it, or because you think this is how it's supposed to go, or because you're living your truth, all these modern terms that people are using these days. I want to live my truth. The truth is the truth. I mean, I was talking to Officer Yahanna, man, and we was talking about the clubhouse that we on and the stuff that we hear. And he gonna touch on that stuff later on when he speaks. But man, just the things that we hear, people living their truths, and at this point, everyone can live a truth. There's no one can lie right now because, well, that's his truth. And who's to say his truth isn't this wrong? This is what you're hearing out there. This is what's going on. Everybody has their own version of the truth. So who's wrong anymore? Who's wrong? Just imagine getting pulled over by a daggone police officer or the law, and you say, you were speeding. Well, it depends on what speeding is. I wasn't speeding. According to me, I wasn't speeding. They look at you like you got two heads. Speed limit is 25. You was doing 30. You doing 35 in a 25 or the 20. So you gonna get this ticket. Well, no, that's what you say speeding is. But I say speeding is, So all these are fallacies, man. All these are fallacies and lies. Go ahead with it, brother.
Sir, if I may, the water, really heavy points bringing on. If I may, this oppressor, such a devil, he trying to play this game like everybody's equal. Like right now, you go to in the high schools and the sports arenas and all that, they say everybody want to get a trophy. Everybody's a champion. Everybody gets a cookie.
Right.
If you say something offensive, you got to have a safe space. Everybody's the same. Everybody's equal, except you can't get them niggas no money.
That's right. That's right, man. I mean, you get participation trophies, man. They have weakened our society, man, and it's not good for black people because we're following after their ways, and you know we all know the precept on that. Following after the ways of the heathen, man. You can't make straight what the Lord has made it crooked. You can't. So what you're gonna have to actually do is buckle down, get into this truth, find out what the law, statutes, commandments are, and just do them. It'll prolong your life. It'll prolong your children's lives. And you can't lean not to your own understanding. You have to understand what these words are saying. And for you to do that, you have to come into this truth. You have to come into this class and learn. Shed all that stuff that you got out in the world. Forget all that. And come into this truth. Open up your mind and learn. Don't come and try to teach the class. Don't call in trying to teach this. Learn, man. I mean, I'm just looking at this world, and man, this world is going nuts. Somebody told me they're bringing Freaknik back. Right. My goodness. There's all kind of matter of evil out there, and everybody's doing it because it's the feeling, man. They're getting that adrenaline rush, that what you call it, Officer Cassiar, that epiderm, or the what's that feeling you get, the dopamine that you get, that adrenaline. Everybody's getting that, man. And from that one feeling, you're gonna go off and defy the word of the Lord because you want to feel good at that time. You want to go and have sex with that whore because it's gonna make you feel good for that moment. Women want to go strip on the pole because you need that dollar. You need that mighty dollar for the moment. And that's where your oppressors got your food at, man. Now, if you listen to Blackwash, I mean, they touched on some things that hit me to my heart, man. Hit me to my soul because I lived that life, man. The NCAA players, man, this is ridiculous of how they got these things going, man. Your oppressors' fallacies is so true, it's so real that they'll make you think that whatever sport you play, you got to be the greatest at it. And we are the greatest at all these sports, you understand? But you going from high school, busting your tail, into a college arena, suffering injuries. I still have football injuries that I went through, you understand? Trying to make it to the big league, trying to make it there. And then you make it there, you busting your tail for it, and you can't get paid, and these coaches get millions and billions of dollars, man? And they can't give you a crumb? I remember going to school in Alabama, and I had my oldest daughter at the time. I went to school there, a little scholarship, and I couldn't even afford to feed my daughter. I left out of there and went to another oppressor's. I went to the oppressor's military. And I was pretty damn good. You know, say so myself. I was a damn good player. But the fact is, you can't sustain that kind. We are people who living in the hood, man. We got problems and real issues, and we trying to get our way out of the ghettos and the barrios. And the only way we know is play these sports and play these balls. So you want us to go there and play sports, throw ball, dunk basketballs, and dribble all the way, and then only 1.5% of them get into the big leagues? And then you get into the big leagues, and now you're going to get spit on? Throw water on you? That's what you work so hard to get for? And now if you retaliate, now you're unbecoming of a basketball player, of a sports person? You work your whole life to this, and this is what happens, just to get spit on. And that's if you make it to the big leagues. A lot of them don't even make it. I didn't make it. But yeah, they want these brothers to go out there. Now, I remember Cam Newton. I mean, I'm not sure if a lot of y'all know Cam Newton. This guy, I think he's with the Gators at one point. But back in the 80s and 90s, it was big that they were actually giving players a little bit of kickback. They're going to these hoods, and they see these brothers, they want to recruit them. They'll give them a couple dollars. They'll give their mother, you might see them, once they recruit them, they'll give them a couple dollars. They'll give them some cars or whatever the case may be. But once they saw all these black brothers out there riding in new cars and moving out, man, they changed that law real quick. And that's what Esau does. Once they see a brother or a Hispanic, Native American people coming up, they change the laws on you real quick. They doing that to this day. I'm sure some of y'all know the things right now. You have one place going real good at your job. Everything's working out. Everything's working fine. Everything's good. You're getting paid good money. And all of a sudden, 2 weeks later or a month or something later, the law's changed and now it's knocking you back down. It's just another way of chattel slavery. So when people say we're free and they want to celebrate Juneteenth, come on, man. Are you really free? Are you really free? They was doing the same thing back in the Roman days. They put you in these arenas. They sent the lions out there because they heard that you were strong and mighty. So you started fighting lions and tigers and all these things, man. They create gymnasiums for you. The same thing that's going on right now. There's nothing new under this daggone sun. Everything is just a different time and era, man. There's nothing new. The NCAA was back in the day, and the NCAA is right now. And the only thing it is chattel slavery, man. Slavery is something that you're working a person for your gain and your benefit. So when you're taking these kids out of high school and you're putting them into college, no matter what it may be, basketball, football, baseball, whatever it may be, and you're not paying them, is that not slavery?
Work.
They're making money. You're making money off these kids, and you're not paying them. I think that's what happened in slavery. They put us out in the field, made money off us, and didn't pay us. So how do you think you're free? Because they give you a couple of dollars once you make it to the big league, but you got to put it in perspective. Only 1.5% of you are making it there. That's it. So when people say all these basketball players, all these football players, it's not all of them. It's not a lot of them. It's a very few. And the rest of us are damaged goods. Just like in slavery, when you're a damaged product, they get rid of you. They put you on the auction block and they sell you. The same thing is going on now. Once that brother, that sister is got injured or they got too old or they can't play no more, guess what? They're done with you. They're through. So don't tell me Juneteenth, you're celebrating free, that you're free, because you're not free. To this day, you're not free. But if you had these laws, statutes, and commandments, you'd understand that that's not the way. But you can, I'm sure you know who to thank for that. You can thank Martin Luther King and all your civil rights leaders and all your politicians and all your Christian people. They who want to push this stuff on you, man. We had our own thing. We had our own thing. We had our own football teams. We had our own baseball teams. We had all of it. But we wanted to love your oppressor. And they came in and took all that from you. That's what you have when you love someone else other than your own people. That's why Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather yourself together, O children not desired. We are the nations not desired, man. So, but you want to vote for Joe Biden and all these people who are going to bring you what the Lord is going to give you if you just follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. It's just that simple. I think sometimes we make these things hard, and all you have to do is just follow laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's it. If I had to flip this around and tell you the way that you would understand it, if you have children, you should understand this. All he has to do is do what that son or that daughter, do what I tell you to do. Once you tell that son or that daughter, do what I tell you to do, and they do it, and they come and ask you for something, why would you turn them down? Would you turn them down? No. You give them what they ask for. The Lord is the same way. The Lord is your Father. He wants to give you the desires of your heart. He wants to give you the things that you need. But why would he give it to you, but you're not listening to what he says? And then get upset with him or mad because you don't get that promotion. You don't get the new house. You don't get that car. You don't get the things that you need. Now, the Lord, I don't know. I'm losing my faith. Why? You didn't follow laws, statutes, and commandments. Off rip. So we got to come back, and like he's saying, we got to do these laws, statutes, and commandments. Read that again, verse 40. 40 and 4. 4 and 40, if you could.
Oh, God, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 40.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt keep, therefore, his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee.
That's right.
And with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth.
You prolong thy days.
Which the Lord thy God giveth thee forever.
That's right. You prolong thy days on this earth. And we're going to give you another precept. Give me Revelations 22 and 14. 22 and 14.
God.
Go ahead. You got it?
Son of God.
All right, go ahead.
The book of Revelations, chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Wait a minute. Who are they? Blessed are they, he said? Read it again.
Son of God. Blessed are they that do his commandments,
Mm-hmm.
that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city.
That's self-explanatory, man. You do the law, statutes, and commandments, you'll be blessed, man. You enter into the gates of the city. You enter in the Most High's bosom, man. You enter in the things that you need, the things that he sees that you need, he'll provide those things for you. All you got to do is follow law, statutes, and commandments. It ain't that grievous. Yahanna said that, and we'll get into that later on. But these are the things we have to get. And you know what? I got to get back on this Juneteenth thing. I mean, Juneteenth to me is like somebody raped you, and then your rapist tell you, hey, you come stay with me for the week. You know, I know you ain't got no place to stay, but you come stay with me. I mean, that's what it's like to me, man. How you going to put me in slavery, and then all of a sudden, give me my freedom back, and say, okay, now I'm going to give you a day. You put me in slavery, your people put us in slavery, you whipped us, you beat us, you killed our ancestors, but now I got to trust you to give me a day and a flag? Right. They gave a flag. I mean, I seen this little bogus, this damn flag they gave us, man. And that is not, I mean, they give you a flag, but is that flag introduced into the United Nations? No. A flag is a symbol of a nation. That's what it is. As a matter of fact, it's an insignia. So if I could, let's look up insignia. Let's look that up. If you could, Barbara Shaw. Insignia. And let's tell me what that means. Yeah. Oh, you got it?
Insignia.
Go ahead.
One more time. Insignia, a badge of authority or honor, a distinguishing mark or sign.
Anything else on that?
Like I said, that's it.
Anything about a nation being on there?
For insignia? Sir.
Now, I've seen one that says something about insignia. It's a sign. Because once you have an insignia, it's a flag. And that flag tells you who you are. That flag gives you a nation. And we do the same thing. The flag tells you who you are. Just like we have the flag of the United States of America. The Philippines have their flag. You know, everybody has their flags. That flag is telling you who you are as a people. So once they give you a flag, and a lot of the flags that are in there are introduced into the United Nations. So if you're introduced into the United Nations, that means you have a say-so in the world politics. You have a say-so in the power structure. Negroes, they gave you a flag, but they didn't give you a power structure. So we're happy about things that they give us, the crumbs that they give us, but we have no power to go behind it. So what good is a flag? You're going to fly this flag, but it doesn't mean anything. It's just a flag that they gave you. They didn't give you any type of, you know, I mean, the Asians, they gave them bills. They gave them the bill to protect them. They had their own city. You got your Chinese towns and stuff like that. But what you got? We got ghettos. Is that what we said? That's our city. Ghettos, barrios, reservations. That's all we good for? That's our nation. That's a sign of our nation? No. They gave you crumbs and we fall for it every single time. These are the fallacies that we talk about. These are the lies that they give you. We're going to give you a day that you were celebrating anyway, and we're happy about it. And then they give you a flag that you're going to fly around for that day now, and you're happy about it, which means literally nothing. That flag means nothing. You have no rights to the table. You have no rights to the power structure at all. You literally have just a flag, a cloth with colors on it. You going to say something?
Hello, sir. I do have another definition from the Oxford Dictionary.
Go ahead.
It says a badge or distinguishing mark of military rank, office, or membership of an organization, an official emblem.
Damn right. That's what it is, official emblem. Now, children of Israel, we had an emblem. We know what our emblem was, right? Anybody know what our emblem was for our nation?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
That would be the Dawadah, sir.
That was the Dawadah. That's the shield of David. That's our signature. That's why we wear it. Because that represents our nation. So when you see these shields on our shoulders, on our chest, and on our arms, we rocking our flag. That's what our emblem, that's our signature, to let you know who we are. We're the children of Israel. That's who we are. And if you don't know that, I mean, the Lord even tells you. That's why I love this Bible. The Lord even tell you about that. He'll give me Isaiah 11 and 12. Isaiah 11 and 12, please. Isaiah 11, verse 12.
Okay.
Hey, you got it already?
Okay, sir.
All right, man. You speed fingers or something. All right, go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 12. And he shall set up in sign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Read it again.
I'm on contact. It was Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations.
An ensign. And he just read a nation of people, of honor, a badge, let you know who you are. That's what the ensign are. We have ensigns out on the streets. We have ensigns. We have a different tribe. We call them our tribes now. We have a sign that we have up there. That's the ensign. We have, if you're Ephraim, you're Puerto Rican. If you're Zebulon, you're from Guatemala to Panama. If you're Simeon, you're Dominican. If you're so-called black, you're Judah. We have signs to let you know who you are. We have the southern kingdom. We have the northern kingdom. All of us are the children of Israel. We have a sign that's on the corner to let you know who you are. And we all represented by this one deal, the sign of David, the Dawadah sign. That's who we are. Now, your Jewish man, he's over the United Nations. They're running things. They have their flags. Palestinians, they got their flags. And they think they're running things over there. That's the power that they give them. But the power they gave blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans is nothing. They have given us no power at all. That's why the power that we have is in Yahushua and the Most High God. The power that we possess, that you can touch into, is these laws, statutes, and commandments. You follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, no one can touch you. No one. You can walk through this world with no issues as far as somebody taking you out. Now, we have issues that we have in the world, but the Lord have us, we'll always walk through it. We had some brothers and sisters here catch COVID. Came right on through the other side. We don't have to worry about the things that the world worries about. And if those things come up upon us, guess what we have? We have these laws, statutes, commandments to keep us moving forward, man. So the Lord has given us an ensign. Keep reading for me, bro.
Verse 12. So like I'll continue reading that.
Mm-hmm.
An ensign for the nation. It shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
He brought the southern king, he brought the northern king back in, and the dispersed of Judah all around. He's gathering us together, man. All of us following the sign, who you are. Ephraim, Gad, Reubenites. That's who you are. We're going to gather that dispersed. We're all over the four corners of the world. We are a people that we got to come back together. That's why Zephaniah 2:1, gather yourself together, nation not desired. We have to come back to these laws, statutes, commandments, because the Lord is gathering us. These are for signs. Don't fall for this fallacy that you got a sign for the egg on Juneteenth. Oh my God. There is no sign for you. All that is, matter of fact, on Juneteenth, there were some places, I think in Florida that I know of, a lot of my people from Florida, they told me that some of the places that they had to shut down. They wasn't even open. They heard it was going to be a Juneteenth that gave you a national holiday, and they shut their places down. Their establishments were shut down. So what does that tell you? Don't nobody respect you.
Right.
Don't nobody respect us like that, man. You don't have a national holiday, and they're not going to let you get off for it. I can just see this next year. I need to get off. Why? Because, Juneteenth coming. I need to get off. Yeah, right. You better work. They ain't letting you off nowhere. And then you're going to turn right around and July 4th come in, and we're going to celebrate that too. So you was free on you was free on Juneteenth to celebrate your oppressor's day. That lets you know that if you know you were a slave on Juneteenth, going all the way back to 1775 when the Constitution came in, America coming in, you knew that the Constitution was written for who? Not you. It had to be written for somebody else because you was in slavery. So how are you going to be in slavery celebrating July 4th when you was in slavery? And you know you was in slavery because you celebrating Juneteenth. Sound like oxymoron to me. Sounds crazy to me. You let me know. Am I crazy or what? It just don't seem right, man. So, man, you can't celebrate these days, man. You have to, like I said, like we were saying, you got to come back to the law, statutes, and understand. If you understand these law, statutes, and commandments, you understand voting for Joe Biden and everybody else. He says, those are not your brothers. Don't vote for them. If they're not of your brother, don't vote for them. You wouldn't have the Obamas coming in, changing laws. You wouldn't vote for that. And I could have sworn, man, that picture, on the Black Watch, they had Joe Biden. They had, I don't know if you saw it, but it was a picture of Joe Biden in the middle, signing, the Juneteenth, and he had all the black leaders around. And then I was thinking about that when what's his name? Donald Trump, they did the same thing to him. They was praying for him. He was in the middle, and all of our black politicians and leaders was around him, praying for him. I don't understand what this is. And just because we got Joe Biden, I think things got worse in this world. Things got worse, but you can't hear about it because now you got black people in the bind. You got black people in the bind now. You can't say much because no, you voted for Biden. You gave you black people what you wanted. So now you can't say nothing no more. So now the politicians, your leaders, they're all quiet now, and things are worse off than they ever was. But they can't say nothing because they got their hands tied because they gave you what you wanted. They gave you Biden and they gave you Kamala Harris, and there you go. So what can you black people say now? What can you do now? Go ahead.
Well, I don't want, if I may. You know, they gave. They say that they gave us Kamala and Biden. Well, they gave the unlearned Kamala and Biden as a sleeping pill. As a sleeping pill for the outrage that was coming with Trump.
Oh, definitely.
Then, as we started to go to sleep, then all of a sudden, the Asian people got shot, and he immediately signed into order the Asian hate bill, and our people started to come up out of their sleep a little bit, just a little. And then he said, well, hold on, let me put these niggas back to sleep, and I'm going to throw them a pizza party.
That's right.
Which is Juneteenth, to put them right back to sleep. So what Juneteenth is was just another sleeping pill.
Man, how long is it going to happen, man? The question was like, what was that? Who said how long can this? How long can we take simplicity? What's that scripture? Who said that? How long can we keep doing this, man? How long are you going to keep on spinning your wheels and spinning your wheels on these crumbs that you're getting when you can tap into the Lord's power and get all of it? Get the whole kingdom. You come into this truth, man. You brother, you come into this sister, you come into this truth, you don't get all of them. You don't even worry about them crumbs that they got out there, man. We operate in a different world than these people out there. You can celebrate all the Juneteenths and the 4th of July you want, but when you start coming in here, you celebrate the Feast of First Fruits. You start celebrating, Hanukkah. You start celebrating all these things, the Feast of Dedication, all these things that the Lord tell you to celebrate. Now you're going to see real power. You're going to see real power. Got something to say?
Yeah, I got a precept on how long it takes simplicity.
Okay.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will we love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
That's right. Who knows what simple is? When he says simple, what does that mean? Simple means just stupid. How long can you be this stupid? How long can we be this stupid? How long can we be this simple? This simple-minded, man. To fall for all these things that they're giving us, man. To the fact that even down to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now the fact that we understand what Tulsa, Oklahoma is, now I mean, they done broke this thing wide open. This is the thing about America. They understand what's going on now. The Lord exposed everything. So all the lies and the untruths that they got out there, they can't hide behind that now. They've been exposed. They've been exposed about Tulsa, Oklahoma. So if you've been exposed by that, you can be exposed by all the other places out there. You were exposed by Emmett Till, killing of Emmett Till. She lied about it. There's so many things getting exposed. They got exposed about the daggone our brothers and sisters at the border. The White House know about it. They tried to hide it for a long time. Now they know about it. So now we know they know about it. So now how long can you be simple thinking that these people don't know things that they do? And now that they know it, now they tell you they can't teach it because now it's too racist to teach it. Now they call it critical race thinking. They can't teach that now because it's too racist to teach. How dumb you think I can be? How dumb you think I am, man? How dumb you think we are? Now, a lot of us are dumb because we still falling for that crap. But Commander General Yahanna been teaching critical race theory and critical race thinking since 1969. We've been telling our people about Tulsa, Oklahoma. We've been telling our people about the transatlantic slave. We've been telling you that you're the Jews, the true Jews that the Lord is talking about, that the Bible speak of. We've been telling you these things, and now you come to find out that everything that I.S.U.P.K can tell you on them crazy Negroes on the corner that we've been telling you is true. It's true. We've been telling you you're number one in AIDS and diabetes because you ain't following these laws, statutes, and commandments. We've been telling you these things, but all you thought we were was just crazy on the corner, wearing crazy stuff on the corner, looking like Power Rangers. And now you're finding out, damn, it was right. So now that you find that we're right, what are you going to do about it? And this is for the question for Facebook and YouTube and TikTok and all other places out there. The world has been exposed for who they are. Matter of fact, if you've been exposed, give me your own. Go ahead.
Common concept, the water, real quick about me. Real heavy. That hit me about Juneteenth. You know, if I may, just just recently, those stories just yesterday, I think, IKEA furniture store, they came out with a celebration for Juneteenth where they had a special menu for the brothers where they got watermelons, fried chicken, and a whole bunch of, so-called black foods. And, it's like these devils, no matter, even they're trying to do something good, they can't because they're just liars, so they're supposed to be evil, so like you.
So now they're making a mockery out of this. Now they're making a mockery out of the whole daggone thing, and we don't even see this, man. We don't even see this. I mean, what more can be exposed from them? What more? Give me your own Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, Baba Gashah. What more can you think? What more can you do? Everything's been exposed right now, and it's not over because as this world keeps going, as the days keep on moving, you're gonna see more exposure come out of it. Trust and believe. Watch what we tell you, man. Watch what we say. General Yahanna said it. I'm saying it. We all been saying this. These priests have been on the corner saying this. There's going to be more exposure coming through for the rest of the year that's going to shock you. It's not shocking us because we understand the heathens. We understand your oppressors. But it's going to shock you. And you're going to wonder, I can't believe they're doing this. You better believe it. And it's going to get even worse. Go ahead.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
We are bound to thank God always for you, brethren, as it is meet, because that your faith groweth exceedingly, and the charity of every one of you all toward each other aboundeth.
Hold on. That might not be it. Let me see. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let me see what we got. Nope. Second Thessalonians 2 and 3.
2 Thessalonians 2, 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where you at?
Oh, Salaki, sir.
There you go.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3.
Right.
Let no man deceive you by any means.
Don't let them deceive. Don't let Joe Biden deceive you. Don't let Obama deceive you. Kamala Harris deceive you. These are not your people. Every one of them people that we just named were heathens. Biden, Trump, Kamala Harris. None of them represent you at all. So what can they give you that they can understand you? Nothing. Then they're going to give you a damn thing because they're not your people. They don't care if you eat, live, sleep, or die. They have no idea. They don't identify with you. All they care about is their people going forward. And I understand that. I get it. I ain't mad at them. Honestly, they're going to treat their people well. They're going to give their people a buy. They give their people a chance, and I don't blame them because I would do the same thing. You let a black and Native Hispanic American man come over here and ask me for something, I'm going to give it to you. You let a heathen come over and ask you, man, you better go find it on your own. I'm not giving you nothing. I'm not giving you a dime. You on the street corner begging for change, you black, Hispanic, Native, you might have a chance for me. But if you a heathen, if anybody else outside of that, you're not getting a dime from me. Not a dime. Because of the atrocity that you did to my people from the beginning. From the beginning. So don't let them deceive you, man. Keep going.
Oh, God. For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
And that's what you're seeing. There's a falling away. Keep going.
Oh, God. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
That man is being revealed right now, man. This is the year of exposure, and there's going to be some more years of exposure. I'm telling you, man, your oppressor is being exposed right now as we speak. That man of perdition, he's being exposed. There's been a falling away of the church. No one believes. I mean, if you're still in the Christian church right now, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. If you still have that white Jesus on your daggone wall praying to it, something is wrong with you, man. I mean, it came to the point now that people who are, the Bangladesh people, they understand that their gods, the Indians, the red dots, they throwing their gods away. They understand that this is not working for us. COVID came and wiped them damn near completely out. They threw away their gods. They threw them out. They ran them over. They threw them in the water. They understand that, you know what, this ain't working. But where you at, black people? Hispanics, where are we at? We're still picking up their God that they threw away. They're picking it up, praying to it. There's something wrong with that, man. How long you going to like this simplicity? How long you keep thinking this? How long you going to let these people deceive you? The lies. You can just look at the world to see the lie. You don't even, I mean, we could sit there and show it to you plain as day. But right now, people are seeing this. They're seeing this lie and still say, you know what? I'm going to believe what they tell me anyway. I know, but I'm still going to love the Jesus. Come on, man. Somebody been drinking that Kool-Aid. Somebody said Salakia.
Town council, if I made the water, if I made, just to go back, it just hit me. You know, if the suppressor loved us so much, how come he waited a full 2 years to tell you that you're free? You just sitting there watching you work, laughing, joking, getting free money, and then 2 years later, like, okay, all right, let's let these niggas know.
Because they didn't want to give it to you in the first place. They didn't want to give it to you in the first place. That's just like that's going back to Abraham Lincoln freeing the slaves, man. He didn't want to free you in the first place. They freed you. I forgot what year they freed us in. Hell, I don't even know. Because I know we ain't free still. That's why it don't even concern me. But they freed you 1 year. But it took them another 2 years or a couple more years for them to come down to Texas and say, hey, let the black people go. We freed them a couple years ago. Let them go. Same thing happened now. Yeah, we're gonna mandate it now, but we'll tell them, like, we're gonna take 2 years to let it go. They don't care about the plight of black people, Hispanic people, Native Americans. They don't care. They'll sit and let you wallow in your crap, and then you'll come and say, okay, yeah, I mean, I let you go a long time ago. That's crazy. Go ahead. You saying something?
Slocky, I don't want if I make.
Go ahead.
Slocky, I don't want if I make. What you're saying right now is so heavy. You know, me and Officer Yahanna, we were talking today, and we were on the same subject about how these Christians are so duped to the point to where they actually think we're free. And when you look at the past, when you look at the present, look at all the stuff that they've done to us in the past and here recently with them stealing our land and stuff like that, and stuff, and horrendous crimes that they committed against us. It's like, they know they're the culprits.
That's right.
They know by name who stuff they stole, everything they did, but we're so not free. To the point is, when have you known somebody steal something from somebody? It's like somebody come to your house, steal your car, or steal a bicycle, something out the yard or something like that.
Right.
You know who the culprit is, and you can't go retrieve your stuff back for free. I mean, it's yours. They know it's yours. You know who it is. They know who it is, but you can't even go get your stuff back for free. It's just like it's pretty much a spit in the face. And we don't have the mindset or can't comprehend reality to the point that we're still in slavery.
You're still in slavery, man. The only thing you free to, like you said, like Officer Thumb Young said the other day, the only thing you free to do is to pick your slave master. Burger King, working at Burger King, McDonald's, anywhere. You got to pick your slave master. That's it. That's the only thing you're free to do, man. So it's a heavy point, man. You're absolutely right, man. We ain't free, man. Stop all that for. That because you can walk around the world, aimlessly, don't mean you're not free. You still gotta have papers to walk around. There's nothing that the oppressor is giving you today that you didn't have back then. The same type of freedom you had back then, you got it right now. Only thing is now they can't whoop you with chains. They're just killing you now. They're just killing you in the streets. You ain't chained up running around, but you got to have these IDs and things like that. So, we're still slaves, man. You're still a slave in this world, man. And they hated you from the beginning anyway. That's from the beginning of time has always been like that. Give me Genesis 25 and 21. 25 and 21. Baba Shah.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
Keep going, verse 22.
Verse 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
She's asking, why is what's going on in my stomach, man? She's wondering what the heck is going on. She got these, she knows she's pregnant, and there's a struggle in her stomach. She want to know what's going on. Keep going.
And she went to inquire of the Lord. Verse 23. 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
2 who?
And 2 nations.
Okay.
Are in thy womb.
2 nations. 2 nations. You know, the word nations, man, is a group of people. Now they're talking about a representation of 2 people. You got 2 people who are 2 different nations inside her womb. So one of these people, they're representing 2 different nations, and they're struggling in his womb. Go ahead.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
2 manner of people. These people are one way, these people another way. 2 totally know they're the same. They came out of the same body, but one represents one nation, and they do things differently, and this other one represents another nation, and these people do something different. And they came out of her stomach. Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
And you know the story. The elders will serve the younger. Yeah, so I mean, it was from the beginning of time that we were going to have a problem with Esau from the beginning. They have a perpetual hate for us from the beginning. So there's nothing going to change. Like I was saying before, whatever the Lord has made crooked, you can't make it straight again. You can't make Esau love you. You can't go in and try to love, because they're going to rust. You're going to go in and try to walk with the oppressor. You're going to try to talk with them. You're going to try to, the Native Indians did it. They stabbed them in the back. They broke their treaties. So what makes you think they're going to, honor what you bring to the table? They've been showing you that since day one. Everything that you do, they come and they throw it away. You have a problem with something, you march and you walk and you march and you walk and you march. Nothing gets changed. They rather keep you in the dust. Because that's what they are. They hated you from the beginning of time, and there's nothing you can do about it. So no matter what your Christian pastors say, love everybody, you can do that if you want to, and you're going to find yourself dead in the gutter, or you're going to find your children dead in the gutter. Somebody killed them. They're shooting at our children, man. They're running them over in the streets. All kind of evil that they're doing to our people, and we just sitting here sitting back. Only people talking about that is us, the I.S.U.P.K, and the people in the I.S.U.P.K. We're the only one reaching out to our people, telling you what is going on. Everyone else is dead silent. Where are these politicians at, man? Where are Christian pastors at? Why are they talking about these things? Why aren't they joining up, walking for the brother that got ran over in the street? Why aren't they marching for that little brother who got shot in the arm? All these things are in the news. We're not even getting it. You're not getting a snippet of what's going on in this world. Unless you tune in on Mondays at Black Watch, you'll find out what's going on. And it will make your mouth drop of what's happening in this world, man. But this is why. From the beginning of time, there was 2 nations of people. 2 manner of people came from that womb. And they was fighting inside the womb. You think you're going to stop fighting now? No. They're going to keep on fighting and fighting. That's just what it is. So, just give me Ezekiel, I think it's 35 and 5. I believe. Ezekiel 35 and 5.
All
right, go ahead.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel. Well,
damn, don't that sound familiar? Don't that sound familiar? We are the children of Israel. How many times you look in the newspaper, man, there's a Hispanic man getting slaughtered. There's one of our children getting killed. A brother got shot down in the street in the back. A sister got murdered. How many times are you hearing this? Your oppressor pulled out their gun, walked into your apartment and shot you. And damn, they get off. And they say, I was in the wrong apartment. And people empathize with this. People can actually say, yeah, I can see how that worked. Come on, man. There's no way in hell I could walk into an oppressor's apartment and shoot that person and be like, yo, my bad. Hey, I thought I was in the wrong apartment. I thought it was in my apartment. And they will hang me. They will hang you. And it's because of this verse right here. Because they had a perpetual hatred and have shed the blood of children of Israel. Keep reading.
By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
The time that we hurting, they don't care. We hurting. We in Flint, Michigan with no water, and they don't care, bro. How in the hell you be in a place that you drinking water, taking a bath in this water, And they don't give a damn if you drink the water or bathe in it. They don't care. They're not trying to fix it. But yet they can send millions of dollars and set up the clinics for the military to have sex changes. But they can't fix the water in Flint, Michigan. They can't get our people from the border back to their families. They divide the children, but they can't get them children back to their parents or get them back to Mexico or where they came from or in the States where their parents are. You can't unite them back together, but you can make provisions for people in the military to have sex changes. That's the funding that's the way you want to go. That's the funding that you want to do. Look it up. Heard on Blackwatch, man. They have a certain amount of money funded for people who's in the military who wants to be a fluid individual. But yet, our people out there dying in the streets, homeless people. They in the homeless, they in the shelters. They can't, get nothing to eat. But yet, if you want to be a faggot, or slack, if you want to be a homosexual, we got you. you want to change up and wear skirts, we got you. We got you on that part, but yet we can't give you a medical. I know you're amputee, you're a double amputee, but we can't pay for that medicine because it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But yet you can pay for medicine to have a man change his genitalia to something different. Come on, man. Something's wrong with this, man. They have hated you from the beginning. Because in the military, most of the people in the military are our people, man. Most of them are Hispanics, Native Americans, and blacks. A lot of them are. Damn, that's why the military is so good. That's why we're so good. Because our people are running it. And why are we in there? Because we are in poverty. That's the only way we can seem to get out of the struggle. Let's join Esau's military. And they had people back in the days, 80s and 90s. They said, yeah, go on that military, man. Go do something. Go on back and do that. Yeah, go make something of yourself. They thought that was a proud thing to do. Because it was either hit the streets, sell some dope, steal, go in the military. And the men who went in the military, they looked at it like a badge of honor. Knowing that you get slaughtered, fighting for your oppressor's way of life, and you come back from the military and you can't even get simple health care. You can't even get a simple bed. But yet, you have a sex change. They're pushing that agenda on us, man. So don't sit here and get lied to, man. That's what we happen. We get lied to, and these people hate us from the beginning. It's in these scriptures, and if you only knew the law, statutes, commandments, you would know being a homosexual is wrong. You wouldn't fall for that. You would know voting for your oppressor to be put over you, to rule over you, is wrong. You would know eating shrimp, pork, and lobster is wrong. You would know these things. This is your lifeline. This is how you prolong your life. By knowing the law, statutes, commandments. That's why it's important to have these classes, man. That's why it's important to have these classes. Anybody got any questions?
Rocky.
Go ahead.
Well, fast for that.
Ain't the water. Now we a little short on time. We started late, so we gonna go ahead and end it up. But if you've got any questions, give us a call. Seek information from these prophets, man. For all these laws, statutes, commandments, they're very vital. It's just like the air we breathe. It's the little air we breathe, man. You have to follow these laws, statutes, commandments to understand. You can't love the Lord if you don't follow these laws, statutes, commandments. We know with precept after precept, we went back to the basics. We kind of coupled it up with what's going on in this world. And it all boils down to you not knowing these laws. Because if you knew these laws, half of the stuff that we're into, we wouldn't be into them. All right. So with that saying, there's no questions online. There's no questions on Facebook, YouTube. We're gonna pass the class over to Precinct Officer Napashkaya.
Yeah, so talking about the last minute technical difficulties. The show was still going, so with the I.S.U.K security announcements. With the I.S.U.K started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Roof for a new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they are all limited for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother and sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. That means your camp leader or your captain in your zone. Tithes, which is commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. My Isra, that means 10 in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the church department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for a priest not mandatory. I was lucky. Whatsoever amount you like to give. Next Holy Convocation, go on the I.S.U.P.K.com website and look up the 2021 Holy Convocation calendar. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, give one quick salute to men Israel. Men Israel, I might him Sabbat. I might him rock. Yahweh B'Shem, Yahweh Shai B'Atham. What I said to you in Hebrew, that's a Lost Shawan Kadash. I'm going to translate to English. May the Most High, in the name of Christ, bless you. Yah Matai, means hands down, classic.
Mm.